Hey guys, how you doing? Tanashi Gaming here, bringing you another chapter review for One Piece. Now today we're on chapter 880, and this was honestly one of the best chapters I think that has come out in forever. Not to say that everything else hasn't been great, but today was absolutely incredible. So it starts off with the cover art of the tales of self-proclaimed Straw Hat Grand Fleet. So this is going into more of the Dansai story. I have no idea what's going on with that, and I'm not even going to pretend like I do. But just to move forward, I'm going to go with it page by page and break it down while I'm, grinding out my Treasure Cruise. So essentially, chapter starts us right off, and we are in Cocoa Island, and it's essentially the part where we've got Chiffon and Pudding talking about how they're going to get ready to go and build this cake. So essentially, you know, Chiffon goes, "Oh, I'm sorry, this is all my fault," and she's like, well, actually, it's not your fault. It's Captain Capone. It's Capone's fault." So they have this little flashback to make it seem as if they're telling the story to the people that are going to help them bake the cake, because what's actually going on in this moment is the fact that the people that are going to help them bake the cake don't know what happened. So Chiffon is going to make it seem as if she's holding her captive, and because of that, they need to help her with the building of the cake, even though she's not captive, and we already know this. So moving on, everybody in the town's going, "Oh, we heard about what happened in there. We heard of that. Everything was ruined by Luffy." And we move forward only to see that, as all the people in the city are talking about how, we really can't stand Luffy, yada, 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 she goes, "Don't worry, I'm not going to let Big Mom destroy this country. Don't worry about anything else. Just know that I've got it covered." So everybody, they ooh and they ah over her. And we see WCB1, which is the head chefs of Whole Cake Island. So they all go, "Oh, sorry for the wait. Let's get it going." So it starts off, and we've got a breakdown of Pudding basically saying that we need to get this together. Let's get started. And she says, okay, as soon as they get in there, she rips the memories out of their heads of what happened, just so that they'll be okay with seeing Sanji, who's going to help them bake the cake. And as we see Sanji roll out of the rug that they were flying in on, we see that they go, okay, well, Sanji pulls out, he gets out of the rug, and he's got this big poster, and he's like, "All right, so I have the blueprints for how to build this cake." And we're like, what do you mean you have the blueprints for how to build this cake? You weren't there. You don't know about it. How are you able to remember it? He's like, "Oh, I saw it. I remember it for the most part." It's like, okay, but you have the shape and the ingredients. How'd you know the ingredients? And he literally looks at her and goes, "By the fragrance." And it's just one of those moments that you have to really recognize that, one, Sanji is just that good, and two, it's so dramatic. But either way, it's great, and we get a little fan service for Pudding as she's dressed in her chef outfit. She's like, "All right, we need to hurry up, guys. Make every second count." And Sanji just says, "Oh, she looks adorable." And as soon as he says that, she starts like dying, and everybody's like, "What's wrong with you?" And she's just like, in love. And he goes, "All right, let's do our best, Mr. Husband." And Sanji's like, "Whoa, wait a second. What do you mean?" And Pudding has to run over to him and say, "I ripped out their memories with the part where they think you're a bad guy, and everybody ruined everything. So they just think that like we're married." He's like, "Oh, okay." Just goes with it. And then they go and they see, "Oh, Sanji, how'd you know everything about the cake?" "Well, you let me know if anything's wrong with the cake. If there's anything wrong, you tell us." "It's actually incredible. You got everything down to the last ingredient. That's absolutely amazing how you did that." And then the next panel we see, "By an odd coincidence, the making of this cake will be your first project together as husband and wife. And Pudding's over here like dying, and she's so happy. She's like, what's the matter with her? And he's like, Chiffon goes, please stop, she's gonna die, like seriously. And she's like bleeding from the mouth, and she's like, wife, and she's dying. But then like the next panel, we see her freaking big mom side comes out, and she's flipping off everybody, saying, oh, don't you, if you start acting like a husband, I'll make you stop breathing, Sanji. Like, I don't get it. Like, it's literally the fact that she is half her mother and half of the cute little pudding that we came to know. So, either way, we jump into that in the next page, and Sanji goes, I've got a secret ingredient. Uh, it's going to show you the ultimate potential in sweetness and drive people to ecstasy. So everybody's like, oh my gosh, this is going to be crazy. Long story short, they all start cooking. Flashback. Now we're over in the mirror world, and Luffy is laying on the ground, basically dead. And, you know, Katakuri is basically standing over his body that's all bruised up, like, well, that dude had a pointless sacrifice, but I mean, at least that he's like, oh, that bastard Pedro, pointless sacrifice. Like, he's just sitting there making fun of, not only the fact that Luffy just lost somebody, but on top of that, the fact that Luffy came there to do something and got served. So it's unfortunate to see Luffy get busted up like that, but, it happens. So, and it always does. So next we see that there are mirrors that are still connected, and they go, okay, well, we gotta do something about it. Katakuri goes, use those mirrors to go and destroy the entire ship. So Luffy wakes up immediately and goes, no, you guys can't do that. He goes to try and punch one of the Charlotte members' families that found a mirror, and immediately gets smacked down to the ground. So Katakuri gets up and says, hey, this is a one-on-one fight. You can't forget about this. And he's in the ground just dying. We see this weird like 7-legged move that Katakuri's doing. Have no idea what that looks like, but it looks like he literally makes like 7 feet come out, and he starts to just pile them into the ground trying to hit Luffy. It doesn't work, but Luffy quickly grabs the thing of glass while he's dodging, and he screams out for Nami and says, look, break all of the mirrors that are on the boat. Somebody listen to me. Can you guys break those mirrors? And he screams out for Nami, and Nami goes, look, it's me. And out of nowhere, right after that, they're shooting fire arrows through the mirror that's starting to put the ship on fire. So he's like, look, just break it. I'll manage to get back there somehow. Don't worry about me. I'm going to get it done. So right after that, Katakuri still giving this man the destruction. And right after that, we get this dreaded cliffhanger final panel, which is honestly insane. Absolutely insane. We get to see right at the top, you got the panel of Nami saying, Luffy, are you okay? Because she hears him getting beat up. And he says, he's just screaming, hurry up and break him, hurry up and break him. Let me focus on this guy. Like, I don't want to think about, can these people hurt you? Once I know you're safe, now I'm going to be able to focus on him. And she starts screaming out, everybody get all the mirrors. But then you see Carrot screaming, or saying, we can't escape. And you just see this gigantic wave coming over the boat, over the merry-go, and Big Mom is just riding at the top of the wave. And Nami looks at him and goes, are you there? Sorry, Luffy. I think we might be done for. And then that's the end of this chapter. I have no idea what is going to happen in the next chapter. I can't make a single prediction because I am clueless. This is some of the best writing that I think Oda has put out, just because there is no way for us to give a single guess as to what's going to happen next. And I love it. Let me know what you guys think will happen. But I'll be honest, I am totally satisfied with being 115% clueless right now. And honestly, somebody double check this for me if you can. I do believe that they stated that they're out of cola. Like, there's literally no dodging this wave. I need to know. I need to know what you guys think. What is going to happen next? 881 is going to be absolutely incredible. But that's it for this video. Let me know if you guys like this chapter. And if this is your first time watching, please leave a like and subscribe for more content. As always, guys, have a great rest of the day. Take care.